Guys, when I saw this news, I almost completely lost it. Mazda canceling 4 models just this year in 2025. Guys, please don't let it be the Miata. So over at Car Scoops, they're bringing us some pretty dire information, at least on the surface. Guys, don't go in full panic mode quite yet, like I did. All right, I don't want to get hit by this golf cart coming up here. So they're discontinuing 4 models this year. All right, let's just start with the first one. The first one is a car that we actually used to get in the United States. I think they brought it up from Mexico. This was the Mazda 2. The Mazda 2 is a tiny subcompact mini car. How you doing, man? It is something that maybe you see somewhere in the Caribbean. I mean, I don't know, I doubt Puerto Rico gets the Mazda 2, but I bet some of these markets in the Caribbean gets it. All right, so if you're wondering where I'm at, I'm here in Puerto Rico to drive the new Honda Passport. All right, I'm very, very excited to do that, and some cool jungly off-road places that you can see behind me. Okay, so Mazda 2 getting the axe, I'm not going to shed a tear for it. The next vehicle to be killed is the CX-3. Now this one's a bit spicy. We used to get the CX-3. They replaced it with the CX-30. Now, Mazda seems to be replacing pretty much all of their crossovers with this single naming. So the CX-5 is the last vehicle left in the United States market without the 0 on the end. There's a CX-50. There's also rumors that the CX-5 will be canceled for the CX-40. It's the same vehicle, they're just renaming, I don't know which way to go, right? There's a fork in the road, right? But the CX-40 could be the CX-5, but that's not what I'm talking about. The CX-3 could be discontinued. And if the CX-3 is discontinued, what are they gonna do with it? Well, here's what's going on. In Southeast Asia, in Thailand, where they have a big market, Mazda is building a bunch of hybrids. They are allocating hundreds of millions of dollars to build a new tiny subcompact crossover. It's not that small, okay? The CX-30 is already really, really small. I'm driving its brother in the Mazda 3 right now. That vehicle is really small. I'm not driving it currently. It's at home. It's back in Florida. Anyways, the CX-30 could replace the CX-3. So what's likely to happen is that in Southeast Asia, they're gonna roll out the new CX-30 there first as a hybrid. And then they would bring it into Mexico to build it in the plant in Mexico, or built it in Japan, which they do. They already build the CX-30 there, and then they export it from Japan to the United States, export it from Mexico into the United States. So that's probably what they're gonna do. They're not gonna export that CX-30 from Thailand into America, all right? Especially with the tariffs. The tariff situation for Thailand is absolutely terrible. They tariff 80% of their cars coming into the country, all right? So if the reciprocal tariffs happen April 2nd, there's no way a CX-30 is going to get exported from Thailand into the United States, all right? They would just probably export it from, well, depending on what the tariffs are on Japan and Mexico. Mexico is looking like a 25% tariff. Japan, no one has a clue what's going to happen there. CX-3 is getting discontinued for the next gen CX-30, and it'll probably debut first in Thailand and then be produced in Japan and Mexico and brought into America after that. Now, Toyota did something similar with the Corolla Cross. I think they debuted, I just ran into a dead end. I think they debuted the Corolla Cross in Thailand as well, or Malaysia or Indonesia, somewhere in Southeast Asia, and then they brought it into the United States, all right? I'm not gonna go filming around the pool. That would be a bit creepy. All right, so let's keep walking this way. All right, next vehicle on the list, Mazda 6. Now you're obviously saying, Kirk, they killed the Mazda 6, what was it, in 2021 here in the United States? So I have to switch shoulders. My right shoulder is getting tired. I'm not used to vlogging while I'm walking. Mazda 6 is getting discontinued for many markets. I think it lasted in Britain until 2023, and it still existed in, Australia until recently. Now Australia had the beautiful wagon. We never got that wagon here in the United States. So a little disappointed that the Mazda 6 is going away, but hey, look, in Europe, you guys are lucky. you get the Mazda 6e or the EZ6 built by Chang'an Mazda in China. That's why it will not come to the United States. But you guys have a beautiful Mazda sedan coming your way. Guys, we're gonna make it to the beach. That was my goal, to take you to the beach. This one is not gonna come as a surprise because, ooh, you know, I'm kind of walking where the Honda party is gonna be tonight. I could just stay there. I'm gonna have to hold on my camera equipment if I do. Anyways, the last one is the MX-30. You know, I just saw an MX-30 recently, and where I live in Naples, Florida, I'm like, what? You know, it's the same thing. I also see a RAV4 EV, second gen EV, like once a month down there. I'm like, people just like their 100-mile range EVs. Like, I guess it just works for some people. You're just driving your EV around town. It makes sense. That's why I'm saying, like, we need $10,000, $15,000 EVs in America that just have 100 miles of range, because honestly, so many people, that's all they use them for. They just drive to the grocery store, drive to the restaurant, get their stuff done. I don't know. And people just don't want to be severely compromised, I guess, with their EV range. All right. So you guys probably don't want to get glare with the sun, and you'd rather have a look at the beach. Now, while we might get some discontinuations, it's still exciting times for Mazda. You know, we have a new, ooh, this sand's kind of nice. The Florida sand you sink into, or at least the sand where I live, you really sink into. It's really hard to walk. This sand's really nice to walk on. All right, yes, I'm actually reviewing sand right now. The sand is a nice tan color, a gold color. The sand where I have is like sugar sand. It's like a white powder. You know, I wouldn't say one is better than the other. They're just different. And this is a really wide beach. And hopefully you guys aren't getting wind blasted too bad. I have a dead cat on me. That's why microphones are fuzzy, if you guys don't know. Microphones are fuzzy to break the wind. And people have not been really getting in the water because there has been a riptide. I believe that's what those flags are for. They say, hey, don't get in the water. You might not come back. Yeah, riptides can be scary. I want to get back home to Florida and see some Mazdas, all right? Do you guys want to see the Honda event while I'm here? Might as well show you the passport and leave the beach in the background. So why am I still excited for Mazda? Well, you know, we got a new CX-5 coming this year, or at least the reveal this year. The problem is, yeah, you know, it's like I gotta get halfway excited because the hybrid's delayed for another year after that. So we might not see the hybrid until the end of 2026 potentially. That's kind of like, I don't know, it could be better. I think I see potentially Savage geese. You guys want to see some Savage geese on the beach? You don't see that much. You don't see those guys on the beach that much in Chicago. And then you have a Jack and Mark, and they're just like the biggest assholes you could ever imagine. I can't believe I haven't seen them in about 2 months. I don't know what they're doing up there in Chicago area. It's like it's comfortable or something. Here, we're almost to the Honda event, and let's just check out what we have going. What do we have going? Well, I see a bar over there, and a bar here. That's gonna get tapped, and a bar over there. I don't know why you need 3 bars. Well, you can never have too many bars, right? I guess. All right, here's the beauty, the passport itself on sand. Guys, you clicked on a Mazda video, but you're getting this sunset. The sun's going down, right? This is sunset orange, and it's running right now. I don't know why the passport's running, but there you have it. Little passport action. God, those DRLs look sick. The hood scoop looking sick. It'd be cool if Mazda came out with some off-road focused vehicles. I guess you know, they do the CX-50 stuff, but all right, shutting it down. Thank you guys for watching, and stay safe out there. Peace. I don't know what else to say. Peace.